Hey, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to Rock Talk with Rick, coming to you from the King of the Attic studio. And I want to tell you about that. All my shows from now on will be seen at King of the Attic at youtube.com. So what I want you to do is I want you to go there and subscribe to that. So all my shows from now on will be coming on King of the Attic at youtube.com. So we're moving on. Tonight, my special guest is Mr. Randy Smith. Randy is a good sponsor of Rock Talk with Rick and that. I want you to tell everybody what you do, Randy.
Well, basically what I do is I train dogs. I do animal behavior, but my main thing is making nutrition for dogs, like raw food, make them healthy, and feed them what they're supposed to eat instead of highly processed food.
You mean all about that stuff that's in the store that's just like bacon bits and all that?
That's crap, man. Like, if you read the labels on it, I can't even pronounce half the words on the side of it, you know? Like, why are you feeding it? It should be, if you're feeding chicken, it should be chicken, not all this other chemicals and crap put in.
So what you're saying is basically people should stop feeding their dogs that crap.
Oh, it is total crap, man.
That causes a lot of issues, I guess.
Oh, cancers, especially in dogs. Like, even with people, us eating, nowadays, most people, if it doesn't come out of a can or a box, they don't know how to cook, man. They don't know how to make a turkey like Grandma did. You know, they go and buy a part that, you know,
So how did you get into this, Randy?
Well, when I got into behavior and training, I was watching the dogs, and I'm saying, geez, the behavior I got, the training's going good, but something's missing here. And then I found when you feed the dogs what they need, they're at their optimal performance, they're more mentally built, they don't have all these issues with skin issues, scratching, and some of them, God, they're so infected with yeast infections, they smell like a bag of Fritos, eh? And that's not normal for a dog.
That's not good.
No.
I forgot to say Randy's company is the Happy Howler.
Happy Howler Raw Pet Food. Yeah.
Raw pet food. Now, explain to me about the raw pet food thing.
Well, what it is you want to feed a species-appropriate diet. Like when they're adding corn and soybean and all this stuff to your dog food. Well, I'm also a hunter, and not once have I ever seen a wolf or a coyote run out of the bush carrying a sack of corn, man. You know, like, they're not, and you look at the teeth.
How do you know it's corn, though?
Well, it better not be something else. That's all I can say, yeah. So, yeah, it's just not right for them. They're meat eaters. The teeth are pointed. You look at the digestive tract of, let's say, a deer or a cow, and then you look at a digestive tract of a meat eater, it's totally different, man.
Yes.
And it just bloats the dog up. It can cause inflammation.
But people have been so television. They go in the grocery store and they see bacon bites or whatever you call them, and they go, oh yeah, I'll give these to my dog. And then they wonder why after a month of feeding those to your dog, he's sluggish and he doesn't want to do nothing,
diarrhea,
puking all over the place.
Exactly. And what people got to look at too is, where's this meat sourced from? Is it stuff coming from China? Because a lot of that stuff has made a lot of our pets sick.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't. And even their dog foods, when they make it, they're killing all the vitamins and minerals. So they got to add this synthetic vitamins and minerals into the dog food. Guess where that's coming from?
I can imagine.
You know, like, see, with us, I support the small business. Like you guys, I'm trying to make a living and do the best that I can what I do.
Now, what's the process you go through? Is this a daily process?
Oh, yeah. Well, when we started, I was going to the wife, gee, wouldn't it be nice if we were grinding once a week? Now we're grinding 5 days a week, man.
So
I buy whole chickens, or ducks or turkeys.
I see, okay.
Just like you would buy in the grocery store, what a restaurant does, because to me, nothing but the best, and enough people have been ripped off by dog food companies, putting out these fancy commercials, showing you these bags with prime rib on it, and duck and that. None of that shit's in the food, man.
No.
No, usually most dog food companies, when they goes to poultry, they buy what we call the cage. And that's deboned, the breast meat tore off, and you get a neck and you get a back. Well, there ain't much thing. And then your phosphorus and calcium levels aren't right. It should be a 1-to-1 ratio, and when you got more calcium, that can do more harm to the body.
Jeez.
So you got to know what, like I went to school and became a pet food nutrition specialist, then a raw dog food nutrition specialist. If you're going to do it, learn to do it right and do the best thing you can.
So the process is like you buy the raw and
I buy the whole chickens, then I take them home, smash them up with my cleavers, like chop them up,
grind them up.
put them into through my grinders, but then we add hearts and livers to the.
Is this like dried?
No, this is a real live chicken you would buy from the supermarket, fresh, and
So it's just cut up.
I
into
just
smaller pieces.
and drop it into my grinder to make it look like a hamburger. But then we add hearts and livers, and then
see. Okay.
I add fruits and vegetables. But we juice everything,
Okay.
and then we put the pulp and the juice back in for the dogs because there's certain vitamins and minerals we can't get out of meat. They gotta have fruits and vegetables.
And this is all packaged by you?
Oh yeah, we package it all in 1 pound tubs or 4 pound buckets. And if people got cats or those little dogs, what do they call them, Chihuahuas or something, yeah, and you can get it in 8-ounce containers.
I see.
The dog.
So, if people want to get a hold of you, what's your telephone number, or how do they get a hold of you? You got an email address?
Oh, yep, we got an email address. We use Daryl36@gmail.com, and our webpage is Happy Holler Raw Pet Food. And yeah, you get a hold of us there, and our number is 905-295-3134, and my cell is 905-351-2230. Yeah. I don't call myself.
I don't know how you remember all that, but anyway, so the business is starting to.
Oh, buddy, we doubled our business.
What questions do you usually get asked by? Let's say I got a dog, and I want to do. What questions do you must get some?
I get some really whoppers of questions.
Like what kind of questions?
Like
do people ask
people would phone me up and say, "Gee, I want to feed my dog. It weighs 50 pounds. How much?" Does your dog, I said a 50
like 50 pounds overweight or something?
No, like, let's say somebody phones me up and say they got a lab and it's 50 pounds. They'll ask me how much food that they would have to feed their dog. They said a 50-pound dog will eat a pound of raw food a day. Okay, and how much does it cost? You tell them. Well, I don't want to feed that. It's pretty expensive. But then you tell them, well, what's more expensive? Taking your vet in, getting treated for all these ear infections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You either pay now or you pay later, man.
But some of that stuff you buy in the store, that crap is not cheap either.
Oh, no. You're looking at these pretty bags, like $110 a bag, and I'm looking at it, it's slop.
I know.
It's all processed. Like, if people really want to see, there's a movie, well, not a movie, a documentary. It's called The Truth About Pet Cancer. I let a couple of my clients read it, and they came back crying. They couldn't believe what our pets are eating, and they're getting sick from a lot of this processed food, and you can't go after the people.
No, and it's even worse today because we live in a disposable society where people would rather go get a hamburger from McDonald's than cook a good meal at home. So they look at it the same way as their dog. I think they just get lazy.
They get lazy.
And they just go, okay, get that to get. Here's some bacon bites. There you go. Right? And they wonder why the dog's got to go to the vet and it costs them $500.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm looking at them. Holy cow. This is ridiculous what they're being charged. And see, I'm not a big fan of all these vaccines. Like, to me, why can a veterinarian, when she becomes one, she gets a vaccine, it's good for her entire life. But you're telling me my dog needs one every 3 years, my dog's in a fenced-in yard, my dog's on a leash, there's no goddamn way my dog's gonna get all this shit, And it's just like us. If we eat what we're supposed to, we're gonna do a hell of a lot better than sitting at McDonald's or...
Oh, yes.
And another thing I don't understand is when people go to a deli, and they buy this roast beef. And I'm look at the money they want for it, and then they pick it up, and it's all nice and shiny. What the hell chemicals do you guys got in that meat?
To make it shiny.
Because when I make a roast beef, it is not shiny, man. No, it shouldn't be, I
want to ask you, so what are you hoping that's going to happen in the future?
Well, basically, what I'm doing is not just selling food; it's educating people. Like I'll tell them, look, if you can spend a damn hour on Facebook every day, why can't you take 15 minutes a day and look up something about your dog?
Yes.
Like the nutrition or what are the harms of a lot of these vaccines and flea and ticks, man? They're a pesticide. Like, and then your vet will say, well, this will help him. How is it going to help him? If my dog gets sick, I'm back here, and the only one getting help is you, because I got to pay for this poison you gave me to put in my dog and told me it was okay.
It's all about what you put in your body.
But, hey, you know, 40% is genetics, 30% is nutrition, the other 30% is the environment your dog lives in. And like you say, if you're going to put in pesticides, poisons in your dog, over-vaccinate them, mine get them once. And then I do a blood test every 3 years, and if their levels are good, why the hell would I stick another damn tube of heavy metals into my dog?
It's just insane, Randy.
No, I love my dogs. My animals are part of my family. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you're trying to feed them, and you're trying to give them the best nutrition you can possibly give.
Nutrition's important too, but if you got working dogs, like I got Belgian Shepherds, they're not the type of dog to lay on a couch, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, they do tracking, they do drug work. Like, I trained them for that. I had one teacher, me being the smart ass that I am. Randy, what do you want to train your dog for drugs? Sometimes I forget where I put my shit, man. Like, so it's good to have, you know, but, you know.
So now that you're moving forward, you're trying to grow the business.
Grow the business and educate people about the nutrition of dog and how important it is for you to think for yourself and not believe everything Dr. Whitecoat tells you.
That's exactly.
You know, do your research. It only takes 10 minutes. Like, just Google, what are the side effects with the rabies vaccine if I give it to my dog? And now they're pushing it for 5 years. Like, that's what we're pushing for now.
That's insane.
I don't think you should give it if people take care of their dogs properly. I even got cameras around my house, so I can look out, see if there's any skunks in the yard before I even let my dogs out, or raccoons.
Yeah, you don't want them. Yeah.
So.
You know what, Randy? I want to say thank you for coming on the show.
Hey.
You educated me on some stuff that I didn't know, and obviously these people probably didn't know any, you know. I want to thank you very much, Randy, for coming on.
That's my specialty.
So,
Music
Randy,
is yours.
Happy Holler. Stay put. Happy Holler raw dog food.
Right.
Okay, before we go, I want to say to all you people out there, don't forget to go to the King of the Attic at youtube.com. Click subscribe on that, because all my new shows of Rock Talk with Rick will be there. And I want to say to you, if anybody out there's got some kind of a show idea or anything like that, and you're thinking it doesn't have to be musical, it could be anything, get a hold of Chris at KA Studio at kojico.ca, and they will help you and they'll push you in the right direction. Anyway, I want to say good night. Everybody take it easy. And I wanted to say, Farm Fest. Yes, I was just talking about that. We were talking tonight about to Steve and Ian about maybe doing another Farm Fest. So if anybody is on board and they want to get on board, we're thinking about it. Once the COVID's done, we're going to look at throwing a big show, and that's what we're going to do. So if you want to get a hold of me, you can get a hold of me at rocktalkwithrick@gmail.com, or you can get a hold of me at KA Studio at kojico.ca. They'll turn it to me too. Anyway, I want to say good night, and everybody take care and watch out for the COVID people. Good night.